What's good YouTube, Target here and welcome to another episode of Design and Manage, my city Skylines and Modded Let's Play series. Today we are going to work on the coastal area that you see right on your screen. I think we can modify it a bit, place some parks such as the fishing piers and make it look a bit interesting and also raise the land value. So without further ado, let me just explain to you what I have in mind. Okay, so a few episodes ago I have placed this tunnel over here, so let me just go page down, yeah. And I've mentioned that I was going to connect it to this coastal area and work a bit on this area. But anyway, I've been dragging this for a while now, and not that you guys seem to care because nobody has ever called me on this. Shame on you guys, shame on you. Nah, I'm just joking. But anyway, when I've placed this tunnel, I've mentioned that I would like to place a ferry stop in this location. But now that I have a ferry stop over here and also another one in our public transport hub, I think we'll be better off just by placing a coastal road full of parks that will raise the land value and that people can visit on their off times. So I've already been checking out some buildings that I would like to use. First off, we have this, where is it? The fishing island, that is a possibility. We also have the floating cafe. And finally, something that I'm definitely going to put is the boat museum, which should also be placed near water, and I think this is a perfect location for it. So without further ado, I'm gonna continue this tunnel. I'm gonna modify the land a little bit, and I'll meet you guys in a couple of seconds. Alright guys, there we go, I finished working on this layout, and I don't know, I think I might have gone overboard. So the first things first, I've done this land intrusion that goes all across the river, and the reason I've done this is because I wanted the boat museum to be kinda in a special location and not just plop it around the coastline, because that's just boring. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put it right over here in the middle of the river, and that will turn out to be a pretty good location for it. And I've also placed a coastal road that is protected with this, what's the name of this? I forgot. Hold on, I know how to pronounce this now. It's key, right? Yeah, that's right. My vocabulary is improving, thanks to you guys. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I've left enough space in here to place some commercial buildings. I think I'm gonna make another leisure district right along the coastline. And finally, I've made this rock formation. And okay guys, I know, don't ask me how is this realistic and how this rock formation was supposed to form itself, because I don't know. I'm not a geologist. I've just built it because I thought it looked cool. But I might change it in the future, I don't know. I'm not sure if it fits with the thematic of the city that well. But maybe when I pop some trees over here it might look pretty good, we'll see. Alright, but that's enough for my explanation, now let's get down to work. The first thing that I want to do is fix the ferry line, because I had to demolish it to make room for this road. So I'm just gonna pause the simulation and I'm gonna fix this. And I think I want to delete all of this and probably make a more organic line that casually goes around the road intrusion. I don't know how do you call this thing, this mess of man-made land that goes across the river and cuts through the river. I'm just gonna call it intrusive road for now. Okay, one connection over here and another one over here and another one there. Yeah, let's see if the lines fix themselves. Hopefully they will. Okay, one is fixed. Let's check out the light blue line. Come on guys. Oh yeah, there we go. And I think that's enough room between the land and the ferries. So yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so I think I'm gonna place the boat museum. So I'm gonna pause the simulation because I think I will have to terraform again. Let me just pick the thing. Oh, here it is. Yeah, there you go. I will have to terraform this land a bit better, so let me just pick up this tool and hopefully I'm thinking maybe I should just continue the key all around the roundabout, or all up until the roundabout, or I could just do something like this. Let's see which one is better. If I make a small block of land, maybe now I can place this. No, because I have to resume the simulation before to let the game adjust to the new water level. And it seems that I need a bit more land. So let's work a bit on that. Okay, let's check it out now. Yeah, there you go. And I want to make it, and I want to put it as close to the road as possible. And oh, I was almost there. Oh, there you go. Oh, but I don't like how there's this difference in height. So I'm gonna try this again. Hold on, I'll meet you when I'm done. Alright guys, so I finally managed to place this thing. Unfortunately I could not place it over here because the height level is too high, and pretty much the boat that you see over here would be too low from the building itself, so it just wouldn't look right. So I knew that I needed to place this on a much lower height level, and because I didn't want to touch this area, I created this little island over here connected with roads. Overall, I don't think in real life this would be too realistic, because it would have a lot of cost. It would be just too expensive to build just two bridges to connect to this thing. I think one bridge would be enough, but this is a video game and I like having fun and I like the way this looks, so I think we'll keep it. Now, we have a few problems with this. First we need to connect it with some water, so does this thing even need eating? I don't know, so I'm just gonna connect it with a normal pipe and see if it complains. And I can connect it there, good. And water problem should now be fixed. And regarding power, maybe I could, or maybe I can, place a marina or some other building in this location to just transfer some power from one way to the other, and I think the marina is a nice bet. And this seems like a good location over here. Let's see if it transmits power. Yes, it will, so when I place some buildings in here, things would get much more interesting. So without further ado, I think we can zone some commercial buildings over here and we can let this part of the city develop. So first of all, I need to draw a district that will cover this entire area. So this will be a new leisure district. Oh, by the way, are you ready to see something fun? Look at the massive death wave. Yeah, so I'm just gonna ignore it for now. And I'm gonna draw a district. And I will zone some commercial buildings. Alright, so the district is drawn and I still do not have a name for it. I will have to pick it later on. I will pause the simulation for a bit and then I'll check out the name in a few minutes. But first, let me just apply the policies that I want. And it's not a policy. What am I doing? It's a specialization district. So I need to come over here and set it to leisure specialization. Good. And now I could provide water to the entire thing. I think this thing covers enough, and yeah, it should be okay. I'm just gonna zone some commercial buildings, and I'm gonna let the city develop. I'm gonna pause this, and I'm gonna place some small commercial buildings over here, and another segment of buildings all across this location. A nice strip of commercial. And some more buildings in here. Okay, so let's watch this grow. Alright guys, so I let the game run for a while and this entire thing has developed. We now have a full row of leisure buildings, and I've also let the game run until the death wave passed away, so we now have that issue taken care of, and I think we managed to get quite a busy district. Look at all these people walking from one place to the other to get to this area, and I think we can make it better. I basically want to have this area full of parks, full of water parks, so to say, such as the marina. So I'm gonna go ahead and place a few more parks. Let's see, do we have another unique building that we can place on water? I don't think we do, but if we unlock it, then we'll place it. I'm not even sure if there's such thing. So let's see, what do we have? We have the fishing pier, the fishing tours. We already placed those a while back. We also have the marina that we have placed, and the restaurant pier. I think we're gonna put a bunch of these. I think it will look very nice indeed, so let's see. Maybe I should zoom out to have a better look of the situation. Maybe I want to put one over here and another one. Let me see. Is this a good place for it? Yeah, I think that's an amazing place. And I think I want to put another one. What is the upkeep of this, by the way? 400 a week, so these are very expensive. Maybe I'll just put another one, and I'll put it over here. And I want to place another marina. Maybe I can place it right about here, next to the other one. Maybe a bit farther apart. That's good. And I think I want to scoot this restaurant a bit next to the other, but not so close, perhaps like this. Alright. And this one can come to about here. Alright. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. That will be very costly, but I think it will be worth it in the long run. Now, something else that I want to do is make some pathways that connect this part of the city to our new district. So let's just work on that. And I think I can, let me check. How can I do this? Maybe if I disable all the road guidelines. Perhaps I can come at about over here. Let me just set to the maximum sensitivity. And let's go at about here. Okay. Perhaps I can go all the way to the ground floor, or is this too steep? Yeah, it's a bit too steep, so let's just put it over here. And finally, let's connect it to this place. And there you go. Maybe... oh, people are using it already. Look at that. But I think I do not want to delete all of that zoning space, so I think I can just set it over here, and now we just delete this row of blocks. Maybe let me do this a bit better. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I'm really picky with these things. Yeah, that's good. Actually, I think we can raise this level a bit more. Alright, now it's perfect. Don't worry guys, I won't touch it anymore, I promise. After I do this. Okay, great. And now I can put another one and follow the same technique and do the same at about here. This will demand some terraforming. Alright, good. Now let's try this again. Alright, perfect. Look at how smooth it is. I wonder if people will actually use it. Well, that answers my question. Alright guys, and now just to wrap up this thing up, I'm gonna decorate everything with trees. I think it will look very... I didn't apply that technique of deleting the trees next to the building in here because there are so few buildings in this location that I don't think it will be a problem. Alright guys, and now just to wrap this thing up, I'm gonna decorate everything with trees. I think it will look very good. So I'm just gonna do that, and I will meet you in a couple of minutes to show you what I've done. Alright, there we go. I've decorated all this thing with trees and I think it looks much better than before. Especially this area, the area of the boat museum. It really looks amazing. I really like it. And yeah, I've done the same thing on this entire area and also on these mountains as well. But before I'm done with this area, there is one final thing that I must do, which is upgrade all the roads to roads with trees. because it will just look much better. And this one will have, these ones will be a one-way road for obvious reasons. And there we go, there we have it. And finally this entire coastal area. And finally it's time to name the district. So I'm gonna click on the name of the district, and I already know which name I'm gonna choose, and it will be named after Martin van Hick. Let me just make sure I pronounced your name correctly. Martin. Okay, it's spelled correctly. And I'm gonna call it Docks. Martin van Hick Docks. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And there you go. I chose the name Docks because this kind of reminds me of an area that we have here in Portugal. More specifically in Lisbon. Which is the coastline of the Tagus River, where you have all the nightclubs and all the famous bars and all the famous clubs. Everything is on that place near the coast of the Tagus River, and it's called the Docks. So yeah, I thought it was a fitting name. And look how many people are using the pathways. This is great. This looks like a very busy town. I cannot wait to check it at nighttime. Guys, I'm such a knobhead. I went ahead and placed the standard restaurant piers and marinas when I clearly said that I would like to try out these buildings, or these parks, the fishing island and the floating cafe. Yeah, so let's try this again. I would like to try out first and foremost the floating cafe. It has an equal upkeep, or it has the same upkeep as the restaurant pier, so we should replace some of these without any problems. So let's just place one. What about over here? Let me just check it out. Resume the simulation. Oh, look at this. Isn't this a very fancy restaurant? I bet it's also expensive as hell. But yeah, let's keep going. Maybe I want to place this right perfectly aligned with the pathway, even though people cannot cross the road. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I did not provide a way for people to cross the road. Okay, so I might need to do a little bit of cheating. I'm gonna try to upgrade this to a normal road. There we go, and now we have a crosswalk. And now I'd like to place a few fishing islands. I might place two of them right next to each other. Like, I think they're even too close to each other. So I'm just gonna delete this one, and that should be fine. Let me just replace it a little bit. Maybe I can put it right next to the crosswalk. And now people will have a better time traveling from one way to the other. I think I'm gonna put yet another fishing island, maybe on a curve, with a view to the mountaintop. How about that? I could even put one over here if I want to. But we could think about that in a later stage. For now I'm just gonna put one right about over here. Alright, that's pretty good. And maybe I can move this restaurant pier a bit to this side. Ah, isn't this just wonderful? Okay, so I've done a few remodeling and this is what I came up with. I would probably get away by placing some of these parks and make this thing even prettier, but I do not want to spend too much money on unnecessary parks. I think this area has already high enough land value. Actually, we can even check it out. Yeah, there we go. So no more parks needed. This is really dumb. I was expecting people to actually get a boat and go to the park, but no, they just stand around over here when they are visiting the park, so yeah. It's a shame, but oh well, that's what we have. Alright guys, and here is our city at nighttime. It looks pretty cool, I must say. Yeah, look at that. These buildings look really cool at the coastal area. This is even starting to look like a real city. Let me just zoom out and check it out from over here. Yeah, check it out guys. I'm really proud with the work we have done on this episode. Looks really cool. Really cool indeed. Alright guys, but that's going to be it for today. I am really proud with the progress we've done on this episode, and I hope you have enjoyed this video as well. If you did, please consider giving it a like, it really helps out my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow the development of this city, and finally, if you want to connect with me on social media, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching guys, and as always, have fun!